Let's take a look at a problem here that wants us to simplify, but the directions tell us that we are to assume that all variables are positive. If we're to assume that all variables are positive, we actually don't need to worry about the need for absolute value symbols at any point in this example. So let's go ahead and do the same thing that we've done in other problems. Let's go ahead and make sure that we rewrite the 8 as a product of prime numbers to powers. I already know how 8 breaks down. It breaks down as 2 cubed. And then I have the x to the 5th, y to the 4th, z to the 3rd. And the index here on this square root is assumed to be a 2 when I don't have a number written there for the index. So I'm just going to go ahead and pencil that in to help make that a little bit more visual. And now I'm just asking myself, how many times does this index go into each of these exponents? How many times it goes in becomes the exponent of that on the outside. Whatever the remainder is becomes the exponent of that on the inside. So we'll go ahead and put my square root symbol here. 2 goes into the 3 once, so I have a 2 to the first power on the outside. There's a remainder of 1, so I have a 2 to the first power on the inside. 2 goes into this 5 twice, so I have an x to the second power on the outside. There is a remainder of 1, so I have an x to the first power on the inside. 2 goes into this 4 twice, so I have a y to the second power on the outside. There was no remainder, so I have no y's left on the inside. And finally, 2 goes into the 3 on the z once, so I have a z to the first power on the outside. There's also a remainder of 1, so I have a z to the first power on the inside. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up and remove the unnecessary exponents of 1. So I just have 2x squared y squared z. That was z on the outside. And then my square root of 2x z on the inside. So again, no need to worry about any absolute value symbols here, even though this was an even indexed root. And I did have an even exponent on a variable underneath. As it turns out, that variable ended up being written with an even exponent on the outside anyway, so that wouldn't have applied. But no need to worry about the absolute value symbols anywhere when the directions say assume all variables are positive, because everything's going to work out to be positive anyway.